All right, it's King J, and we're here with Joey Fury. What's going on, man?
What's up, Jay? Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. So, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things, man. Obviously, I've been following your progress and stuff like that. I know, obviously, this tournament has been quite a hard time, but tell me about your EVO 2020 experience, man.
So, I got here on Tuesday before the tournament, and Kuro picked me up. I played a bunch of first attempts on his stream, which I can tell you about later, but it was a ton of fun leading up to coming here to Chiba for the tournament. But yeah, as a lot of people know, the tournament was, I guess, disappointing is the best word for it. I think a lot of us anticipated that it was going to be a Leroy fest, but it was actually even worse than I thought. I think worse than a lot of people thought. 6 Leroys in top 8. Yeah, I went down to loser's bracket early, lost to a Leroy player. It's just frustrating. I mean, you have to try to be optimistic and take it in stride, but I can't lie, it was just very frustrating to go to losers that early, and then Kagemaru beat the hell out of me. So it wasn't the best placing, but I saw a lot of great players dropping out early in the same way. So really it's just been about enjoying Japan, the experience, the culture, all of this. Yeah, Japan's been great. Tournament disappointing, but Japan is just awesome. So
who do you use in the tournament? Cause I know you use Jack, and I know you use MARDUK as well. So who did you use?
I went MARDUK all the way in this tournament. No other characters. I knew I was going to be encountering a lot of Leroy, and picking Jack against Leroy, I feel like you have to win in such an honest way against such a dishonest character. It just feels so hard. Like, you have to be winning every exchange, even though the frames are out of your favor on block and like all of these different situations. Leroy punishes the hell out of Jack. It just felt like not a good idea. Whereas MARDUK, he can be pretty dirty, he can be dishonest. He's got, you know, some bullshit that he can throw back at Leroy, the tackles, high damage throws, big damage mix-ups. He's got reversal. So for that reason, I felt like MARDUK was just the best choice to rock with the whole way and try to just get into like a flow state with MARDUK.
Okay, cool. So, you know, I would say you was using Jack a lot more in the previous seasons, and then it feels like now, from what I can see, it looks like you're a lot more. It seems like you're a lot more confident with MARDUK, and it seems like you're going with the full way with MARDUK. Right. Is this something that you've kind of thought about now? Like, you know, I've seen you even play like Gigas for a little bit. I know that's, I don't know, I've never seen you play him in tournament, but is MARDUK the full wave now for you? Or are you considering playing Jack for some matches, or what's in the mind?
I've been all over the place, like trying to figure out what the best thing for me is in like season 2 and onward. So when MARDUK came out, I was pretty much all MARDUK. But having to get used to him in Tekken 7 and learn all the matchups, I found that I was struggling a bit. Specifically in certain matchups that I was very comfortable in with Jack. Like, I've always been comfortable Jack versus Xiaoyu, and I was trying to do MARDUK versus Xiaoyu and struggling. For whatever reason, I mean, MARDUK is actually, he has a lot of good tools against Xiaoyu, but it was just difficult. So once I noticed myself struggling a little bit, I actually went back to Paul. I was playing a ton of Paul and was doing pretty well, but what I found is that Paul is really good at high level, but I think it's hard to like beat mid-level and even like quote-unquote scrub kill with Paul. So dealing with that, I think I've ultimately realized MARDUK is the best character for me. I just need to be patient and learn all of the matchups very thoroughly. I found in Pakistan, the John, he's very successful with MARDUK, and when I watch him play, I think the way we think about MARDUK is actually very similar, but I think his matchup knowledge is just so complete. He knows like the in and outs of everything. He makes amazing reads, and I think that's kind of what is separating me from getting that connection with the character. So that's where I want to be, and that's why I'm like committing hard to MARDUK right now.
So what do you think will take you to that next step to making the right reads? Because right now I'm trying to like understand like how certain players think when they're choosing their characters, and obviously with what you're saying, it seems like, you know, there is no, I wouldn't say such a barrier, but there is that goal that you want to reach in terms of like, you know, matchups and making the right choices. So how do you feel that you'll get there?
So what it comes down to is experience. You need to play a lot. Like what I've talked with Anakin about, like how do you make such good reads all the time? How do you have like such confidence in your reads? And he was saying it's about like establishing that, I guess, like subconscious decision making where you've seen the situations so many times, you know, like your automatic response is going to be a good one. And you should always trust that, like always trust the experience. And right now I feel like I'm just not practicing enough to have all that repetition in so many situations where it's like I see everything that's happening and I can trust my instantaneous decision like very easily.
The ultra instinct,
so
basically.
I just need more experience. Like when I played Kagemaru yesterday and the match started, I suddenly realized I haven't fought a single Season 3 Josie, and I haven't, I've maybe played the matchup MARDUK versus Josie like one session ever. Like I realized I hadn't fought Josie probably since like October or November. Wow. And I was like, this is crazy. Like I can't believe I'm in this situation right now. I haven't fought this character in ages. Yeah. And you're not going to have success if you're encountering matchups like that. Everything needs to be like super ingrained. So yeah, it comes down to matchup experience and just overall time with the game. I think the players who are doing the best are the ones that just put the most hours into the game, like every week.
Okay, so you know, obviously it was a LEROY Fest. It was a LEROY Fest. What do you think what do you think can happen to the character for the character to be normalized?
That's kind of a big question. There's so many things. There are certain tools that blatantly stand out to me. Down 1+2 is just outrageous. It allows him to just counter hit hunt, control long distance range without giving up his turn. There's really nothing like it in the game, so that move needs to be fixed, absolutely. How they're going to do that, I don't know. Maybe less range and worse frames for him on block. Maybe no more forced crouch. Up forward 4 is absurd just because of its flexibility. It can be used defensively. You can do like sidestep orbital and punish stuff. You can use it aggressively as a mix-up tool. -3 on block, so he doesn't really have to give up anything if it fails. So that probably needs to be more like Brian's. 3 frames slower, maybe -5, -7 on block, something like that. Both those changes. Back 1+2. I was talking to Loveneat and Taejon, and they think that move should have like the Geese 1+2 stun.
Yeah.
Where it just knocks them away and then you just get one guaranteed hit.
Yeah.
Because everything about it is outrageous. 12 frame mid, covers too fast. They give it this huge stun on counter hit, so if it trades, it's just like, okay, easy combo anyway, I'll just recover. That is obnoxious. It shouldn't have the counter hit buckle over stun. Yeah. And the list goes on and on. 1/1, 1+2, too much damage. Too much damage overall, like across everything he has. Combo ender, .2 force, too much. He shouldn't be getting half-life on infinite stages. Yeah, those are the big things. It's too much damage. Those tools I mentioned. Down back 1. That stuff. All right. Yeah, I could go on forever, you know, but it's just too much. It just needs to be normalized. Like make him. There's always been this fundamental balance to Tekken tools. Where like if you have like a mid string like down back 1, 1+2, and there's a mid-high natural combo, the mid-mid's punishable. Like there's always sort of been this just fundamental balancing. Like hopkick's always -13, or like if you go for a mid-launch that's 15 frames, it's going to be -13 or more.
Yep.
Like,
see, we know it.
He doesn't play by any of the rules. I don't know why they've abandoned that framework that like governed Tekken for so long. Like they're just, oh, screw it, not necessary. It wasn't good. That's very strange to me because that was one of the things I always loved about Tekken, is that there's all this character variety, but there's like sort of this governing like framework to the game that keeps it balanced. Like no one can really break outside of it, but they can be really creative within it.
Yeah.
And now they've sort of just thrown it away. And, I think that's what makes it hurt so much for me to see, because it's like what I love about Tekken is just like disintegrating.
Yeah. So, last but not least, what's your plans for 2020? I know obviously Leroy has kind of upset a lot of people, but I've been talking to a few people and they've been pretty upset and disappointed. Hopefully he gets nerfed. Obviously Fakurum is coming. Tokyo Masters is going to be happening, so that's the first stop for the Tekken World Tour 2020. So what's your plans? Are you going to be entering a lot more this year, or are you going to be busy this year, or what's happening?
Right. So I was very busy last tour, trying to get through school, university. So I didn't travel as much. No, this is actually going to be my last semester of school. School starts tomorrow for me, actually. I'm going to miss a few days.
Oh, man.
So I think I'm mostly going to make that determination once school ends, like early May.
Right.
And then I'll be able to see like where I'm at, decide like, am I going to travel really hard, or am I going to keep like chilling out a little bit? Yeah, it's the state of the game right now. It makes it a bit like discouraging to want to travel really hard. But I mean, it's still Tekken. I still love the game, so I'm gonna participate in the tour, I'm sure, and try to go to some big events. But whether it's gonna be like the International Travel Fest, it's just to be determined. I'm not sure yet.
All right, cool, man. All right, thank you very much for the interview, man.
Thank you.
Simmer down, simmer now. Couple kicks to your boat, I'm a winner now. Like Eddie with the feet, I'm a killer now. Simmer down, simmer now.